Okay, collective, what's up? um, we have a what feels like a pretty good message today. I'm just gonna pull cards and channel. So yeah, there's not really anything in particular I have in mind. But starting off the bat, we have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Tower. We have the Tower right behind it. On the other side of the deck, we have the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, brain fart, and Seven of Wands, or Pentacles, my mind, bro. And then the Ace of Wands. So what that tells me is like you guys are in a place or headed into a place of like being able to take very substantial action towards changing your situation from that Five of Pentacles energy, which it doesn't necessarily have to be a financial thing. It could be taking control of your health, or even getting out of a period of isolation. And I get this energy that you're tapping into a more masculine, like you're doing, like you're taking, it doesn't, matter. It's just an energy at the end of the day. But you're taking a more masculine approach to life. Maybe recently you've been working with or just surrounded by masculine spirits, and you've been leveling up on a soul level in a way where your playing field might look the same, but you're a composition now of like different, like the reality might look the same, but it's actually composed of different tools. So now you'll find opportunities in places where you originally didn't, or now you'll have the energy to put towards bettering your health, making financial progress, and it'll be in a way that is very practical to you. It'll be very natural for you, but the people around you may feel like it's super natural. We're splitting to the Queen of Cups, so this isn't something like the actions that you're going to take, it's going to actually fill you up more. It's not going to be like exhausting or like expending some kind of unnecessary effort to just get some like um some like like result that you feel like it isn't worth it. Okay, you're going to be taking these steps, but like you're going to get your return. And even just taking these, making these actions is going to be like, dang, I feel good. It's gonna make you feel so good. And I'm just seeing this cycle of like your masculine and feminine energy feeding off of each other in a way that it's like supportive. It's just a really healthy balance is essentially what I'm saying. All right, so let's get into the channels. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups. Right off the bat, seeing the Ten of Cups lets me know that it's confirmation for what I said. The reason why you're going, like the playing field may look the same, but you're gonna have access to these new opportunities is because you're clear on your vision. I promise you that's all you need to do. It's like you understand, and you might actually want to watch my previous, not the previous video, but the video before the last one I posted. I forgot what I titled it, but it's about like moving, because this, at least like this part, like just seeing this, that last message might apply for you too. But it's like you have this idea, like this strong idea of what you want your life to look like. And you've shaken off the projections from other people. You're not letting anything that you don't fully believe in yourself sway you, change your ideas. Because maybe before you wanted something for yourself and you talked to like a friend about it, and even just them being like, oh, or like, are you sure about that? Like, you're gonna have to do this and that and da 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 da, when really you wouldn't even have to do this or that or da 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 da, because that was just them letting you know from like their perspective, but it's not your blueprint, you know? And like maybe you let that stifle you, or maybe you like would come across something on social media and like basically you just like felt like not confident, and you let that affect your dreams. So you would either come up with a watered down version of it, or you would give up altogether. And understand that like when you do that, that affects your current reality. When you change, like when you change the plan, okay, when you have like a vision and then you like change it because of like whatever reason, that affects the present, okay? Like this isn't just you giving up like on your future. Like when you have a vision, everything in the now starts to rearrange itself in order to create a pathway for you to reach that thing. So when you give up that like idea, what you think will happen to the present? Like, you know, it keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck. And with this Queen of Swords, love this card, especially for this energy. It's like you have that type of discernment. This is a tough chick, okay? Let's talk about her real quick. She's a tough chick. Like, look at her face. She does not look like she came to play, okay? But she still has her left hand like raised to the sky, which is symbolic of still receiving God's messages. It's like being very intuitive and understanding your boundaries, but not to a fault. You're still receptive to your higher self and messages and downloads. But you're like serious, like you don't play about yours, okay? You don't play about you and you don't play about yours. And I think that's a wonderful energy. I freaking split the deck to the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. So I think you're locked in, twin. Like you're locked in. Which is wonderful. This is like threshold energy. Like threshold energy. And keep living in the moment, okay? Like keep living in the moment, because once again, the now is the only thing that exists. But with this Eight of Wands, like it's gonna happen quick, man. Like because you're committed in a way that you've never been committed before. So it's like one day, um like let's say you're taking like steps to make like your health better, okay? So you're like posting your journey like on social media, okay? Like day one of, you know, blah 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 blah. So like let's say like you're doing day one of like your fitness journey, and then by day three it's like a personal trainer messages you and is like, hey, like I'm inspired by your work, like I can tell that you really are like committed, you know, I just feel the energy, and like I would love to work with you at like a discounted price or even for free, just something like that. And then you guys really click, and then this leads into that, and then the other, and then boom, it's like just because you were committed to that one thing, not only are you like taken care of in that area, in this example we'll just say health, but now you have opportunities to branch out into other things, just because you are moving from a place that's your essence. And I feel like that's why it's amazing. Like it's grateful English, man. If you're rocking with me, thank you. It's just like a lot. But like that's why it's good to stay balanced even when you feel like life is kind of pressing you a little bit, because nothing's going to happen in a way that's like not for you. You get what I mean? This You're only learning more about yourself every single day. And when something happens that doesn't go your way, or you're around people that say something that like pisses you off or whatever, it's like you're only sharpening your understanding of the type of person that you are, the type of period, the type of people that you should be around, or what direction it is that you should be taking. You know what I mean? And it's really just as simple as taking those feelings of like, oh, this is so annoying, or I'm so mad, or I'm so pissed, or whatever, and just being like, yeah, I don't prefer this. And it's that simple. Don't let it override your nervous system and then create more of the BS that you don't want to see. You just allow it to help you mold more into what you actually embody. That irritation, that resistance is really just a guide, like a guiding tool to like, okay, I'm not like this, or I don't believe like this, but this is what I align with. And then you focus on that and just be grateful that the experience lets you know, like, hey, I'm not like this or that. I don't believe in this or that. And you don't have to know the pathway to be, you know, like on the other side, to be in alignment, right? You just make the decision and let your higher self show up, okay? Let your higher self communicate with you what to do next. Because now you're expanding outside of the level of consciousness that you were once at. So, you know what I mean? Just a bunch of just a bunch of stuff. That's like a tangent within itself, but I really hope that that was like understandable. The clouds look so interesting. Page of Wands. So that's pretty much the type of energy it's going to show up in when you make that mental shift. There's going to be little opportunities to match that energy. So like going back to the health thing, you're like, yeah, I don't really vibe with where I'm at. Like, like with where I'm at right now. So it's like making the decision to clear out your freezer of like all like the nonsense, the junk food, and then being on like YouTube or something like that, and then you come across like a creator that's like, oh, healthy meal, like easy, simple, healthy meals without all the nonsense in it, and like now you have a recipe, so yeah, like God didn't airdrop you a freaking like chickpea salad or whatever, but now you have the idea to go step out, like a little idea to go, like you have an idea, and that idea creates a pathway in order for you to take action to go get that thing. And it's nothing to just even go on DoorDash, okay, and order the ingredients for that chickpea salad, And I just feel called to grab this King of Wands as well, because, you got to start from somewhere, from page to king. I mean, that's like literally, the journey. Then we have the Star, which is healing. Okay, so this is the energy that you guys are in. And since you're watching this video, I mean, you've already expanded your consciousness. So just take a step back and observe what actions you can take. Even if it's just one simple thing, put one foot in front of the other. It's okay. The Hermit. All right. yeah. The Knight of Swords almost jumped out. Okay. So this is what I feel like this energy, the energy that I was just talking about, as exciting as it can sound with like the Page of Wands to like the King of Wands pipeline or whatever you want to call it. I feel like this is how this energy kind of shows up in real life, because you might have to take a step back from, what you're familiar with, and in order to be able to understand yourself more. So yeah, I'll just leave that there. I literally just explained it, but this is like the grounded, more, I feel like, um more grounded, more practical way to look at what I just said. Taking a step back to be on your own, taking a step way away from like a group of people, social media, and nurture this new level of consciousness that you have. This is kind of cool. And then boom, I literally said that the Knight of Swords wanted to jump out, and here it is. So it just, and I'm really just focused on the speed of it. So it's like you're quickly understanding these concepts. So like on a mental landscape, it's like, you're picking it up, like you're committed, you're getting these ideas, you're growing, you're growing. And it's just manifesting. If I showed the star, that's kind of crazy because I can't really show her body. Okay, just know that I'm not even about to like break my arms, but like the star, just pretend that she's here, okay? But yeah, so like because of this, it's like your mindset is shifting with the quickness. This is like a quick elevation. And then we also have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck too. And with the King of Swords, followed by the 10 of Pentacles. So this is like passion, the mental fortitude, and the action that follows it. So collective. Round of applause, man. And I know I was using a health example the whole time, but understand that this is in any area of your life where you're deconstructing certain belief systems in order to bring in a new reality. And it's like you have this wonderful balance of just raw passion backed by mental sharpness and the clarity in order to be able to show up in a practical way to make these changes. And I feel like it's truly like a supernatural thing. Honestly, like the way that you're changing your reality, it really is magical. But at the same time, it's innate. Like this is just how reality works. Which is why I feel like it's important to take a step back and to even observe maybe the reactions of the people around you from a detached space, because you don't want to let that affect you. But the people around you are going to be like kind of reacting in a way where it's like what is this person doing? It's going to be magic to them, and maybe even effortless. Like they may even be like mad about it, because like how could you do this, like what? Because they were so sure that they had you in this kind of like box, or this kind of like they understood you, but then yet again, here you go, showing up and showing out. And it's just peculiar to people. With this Four of Cups, it's like they don't understand. They don't understand. And it's like the magic is right in front of their face too, but they don't understand. So this is your outcome. I mean, is it even like a surprise at this point? With everything that's being said earlier, it only makes sense that you're going from a place of, isolation, from a place of like unhealthiness, from a place of financial strain, into something that is reflecting the energy that you're in now. I think the thing that gags most people when they're on a journey that requires a lot of transformation is that they finally see with clear eyes the tools that they've been dealing with in the stuck reality, right? And I feel like people get so caught up in like being gagged by that they think that that's all that they can amass to, when really it's all just a mirror to reflect how far you've actually come. And yes, you can always choose to resubscribe to those belief systems that originally made you uncomfortable. But that discomfort happened for a reason, and you went on the journey, and it like inspired that journey that you took for a reason. So now that you're at a certain vantage point that you can pretty much look down on what used to be, you finally understand, like, yeah, I don't prefer any of this. And it's as simple as that. Like, don't even dwell on it. I don't resonate with this. I don't resonate with this relationship. I don't resonate with this diet. I don't resonate with this lifestyle. You already understand how it made you feel. You lived your life, you know? Like, you got driven to the point of making the change. And understand that understanding that is what gets you here. And this is the energy that you're in now. You just have to keep creating these pathways. Where are you at? Again, pretend the stars with this this set. But it's like, and we'll put the wands here too. Yeah, I hope you can pretty much like see them. But it's like creating that pathways um to expanding your consciousness until you finally get to a point where this is the baseline that you can see in your reality. I heard this thing that really transformed how I view the present. It's like you're living in the shadow of what once was. And then we have the lovers here, which in this case represents a choice point. And again, I feel like I mean, I've been saying it. That's just reflecting the choice points, or like the new pathways that I was just talking about. You have a decision, you have a choice in this. You don't have to live this way. You have a choice for this. You have a choice. This is a choice too, okay? And it's all to bring this sense of like ease. This is a collective that in childhood understood that things didn't have to be hard. But this experience, this life, we're all a part, playing our own role, but we're all a part of this story that's unfolding. The world is transforming behind our eyes. We've all fallen victim to some kind of structure, some kind of blueprint that promised us one thing, but completely went against our values. This is a collective that has been in tune with their values. So as I said earlier, this Five of Cups is confirmation as well. Like, don't get stuck on like now that you have the capacity to see everything from a new perspective, don't be so gagged by it that you get stuck in it. Because it's like these two cups that haven't been spilled. Those are the tools that you have now in order to create these new pathways to what you desire. Be like her. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Step into this energy, this confidence, regardless of what people around you may say. Because a lot of times, or like society, and like even just your own internal belief systems that don't support where you're headed, there's naturally going to be a bit of conflict in that, yeah. But once again, this is just you having an internal dialogue to understand where it is that you're like where you want to go. And I love these cards so much. Like, I'm just like picking them off. The story tells itself. So embrace this transformation. We think of like butterflies when there's like transformation, and it's a beautiful, like, in theory, like it's a beautiful thing, you know, like, oh, you know, from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly, look at the colors, blah, 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 blah. But it's a committed process. It's a long process. And you don't even like see the progress either. Like you don't. It's just like, you know, you're a caterpillar one day, you get into this cocoon another, and essentially you're in this liminal space where like on the outside nobody sees any of the work that you're doing. You know what I mean? Nobody's seeing any of the work that you're doing. Nobody, and that's like a mirror for nobody seeing all the work that you put into yourself, even just getting to this point of falling down, picking yourself back up, staying committed, taking some time back, you know, like we all have our own experience with the liminal space. But inside that cocoon, there's so much going on. There's so much going on, and that it just doesn't get acknowledged. There's so much going on. And imagine caterpillar may feel. Like that's a lot. Like that's a lot going on, you know what I mean? Um Transformation is beautiful, yeah, but the process isn't always like the easiest thing, and it may even hurt. Um I've talked about this energy in my previous videos, and once again, this is something to live in the moment, but really take advantage of this very quick energy. Like going back to the Knight of Swords, it's like I know you feel this kind of energy in the air. It's a very quick moving energy. It's very potent, and it's like the air is like reality itself is pregnant with opportunity to create this change. The earth itself is raising in vibration, and even if it's not plastered over mainstream media, which during these times it may not be, but like the collective consciousness is raising, creating this kind of um I'm seeing like a I'm just seeing like a, how do I explain this? It's like a terminal of like energy that now is like, and I made this analogy actually back in early April, I think. But it's like this terminal that's being like, how, oh man, how do I say this? Okay, so if you've seen, is it, I don't remember which Halloween movie it was, but it came out sometime in like maybe 2022. I don't really remember. I think I could be wrong because I don't know if any other new movies came out, but like, okay, so pretty much the movie, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, but it's like the Halloween movie where Laurie Strode is pretty much in the hospital the whole movie, and she's like trying to recover from like a stab wound or something like that. And then she finally gets the strength to get out of the hospital bed, and like everybody in the town is also in this hospital, and she's like, and everybody's like running towards her trying to like find, trying to go somewhere, and then like she grabs like just a random person and like knees them, and then reopens the wound, and then has to get put back in the hospital bed. So I'm specifically thinking about the scene where all the people are like at this door that's like locked, and on the other side of it is the person that they think Michael Myers is, but it isn't. And like the dude is standing at like the window and he's getting ready to jump, and like all these people are getting ready to like just burst down the door and like all run in and pretty much just jump him. That's the energy that I get from like this energy. It's like the energy itself was at this kind of like threshold, and with the raising of the collective consciousness, it's just like boom, 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 boom. Like it's like not like trying to break down the door. And then there's finally enough energy to where boom. And now all of this energy is just like flying down this terminal. And it's like because we're ready as a collective to not only live the lives that like we want to live as independents, but also create a world that is a happy place for the masses. And with this much power, this much willpower, um, like all kinds of things are gonna happen for the people that really have this vision secured, that really mean it, that really are aligned with this energy to make it happen. And it doesn't have to be something that's broadcasted. It's just a decision that is as simple as somebody like me and you making on our own time, in our own space, away. Reflecting on what was, and understanding that it doesn't have to be what is. So again, it doesn't have to be broadcasted. It's something we can do on our own. And we sit and understand and hold the vision. And it's like Eight of Swords, the story is still going, the Eight of Swords. So it's like deconstructing the beliefs that no longer align with who we are. And once again, just more confirmation, creating a way to make what should be as independents, but also as a collective. I think that's a beautiful message. I mean, it's really just, it speaks for itself at this point. This is a really beautiful message, and I really thank you for joining me on this. I feel good, don't you? Yeah, so don't give up, because what you're doing for yourself is also doing for the masses. It's like the energy that you're radiating is creating opportunities for the world, and also creating opportunities for you through the connections that you make. Just to make it, to bring it back to like a practical thing, it really is as simple as making the choice to clean your freezer, or to take that step on, starting your business, showing up when even you feel the imposter syndrome creeping in. You don't have to know exactly what's on the other side of that, but just you behaving in a way that embodies this energy that we talked about earlier, and fueling it from a place that we've once known. It's all it takes. It's all it takes. You just play your part. You play your role. It does not matter if the people around you don't see it, or if society around you tries to clown you. It doesn't matter. Because once again, it's just perspective at the end of the day. And you get the final say. You get the final say. What a beautiful message. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.